You know, we get a lot of questions about what's the right BCD for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through the different types of BCDs so that you better understand it. So stick with us. We're going to go over each one of these in detail. Let's take a look at the first BCD here. This is the jacket style BCD. Now this particular BCD is very popular for training students and as a rental BCD. They're usually the most economic BCDs. Some of them can be full featured and some of them are less featured. So let's take a look at what we mean by featured. So this BCD fits like a vest, and so or like a jacket, whichever terminology you want to use. And what we'll do is we'll take a look here. Start over here, we've got a pre-bent D-ring, and here this knob is connected to a string that vents over the right shoulder. Now be aware, not all jacket style or all BCDs have a right shoulder dump. It's extremely beneficial in a feet down position and also in a neutral buoyancy position. So that's the right shoulder dump. We have a quick disconnect here, which is very beneficial trying to get out of or trying to get somebody out of a BCD quickly. There is our shoulder adjustment. You pull down to tighten, lift up to loosen. And of course, we move over here on the left shoulder. This is our inflator deflator hose. There's a Velcro holder here, and also a quick disconnect on this side and adjuster. Now, as we move further down on the BCD, down here you see this is a rather large side to the BCD. When the BCD is inflated, air is not only in the back of the cell, it also comes into this part of the bladder. We look at the features. There's this particular BCD, which is the edge element. The unit has a octo pocket here. In other words, you can fold the alternate air source pocket and slide into that pocket. We have a zippered pocket here for storage, and there's a metal D-ring on this particular BCD, and a lot of times people may prefer to connect maybe a surface marker buoy or even connect their alternate air source using a what we call an octo holder here. And then we'll move on down. This one has a integrated weight pocket, slides in and out, and has a system here that's very solid. You can hear it click into place. And of course down here on the bottom we've got a metal D-ring here, which somebody might like to attach a light or a surface marker buoy. Over here on the left side we have similar features. Another D-ring. This is probably where you're going to connect your submersible pressure gauge. And this one actually has another octo pocket here on the other side, because there are some places in the world where they run the octo on the left. And of course our integrated weight system over here also. So that's the jacket style front. Let's take a look at the back. All right, we're on the back of the jacket style BCD. Up here on the left shoulder, there's a vent here. There's a wire that runs through the hose that you could actually pull on the hose inflator, and it would vent from this left shoulder. Again, this particular BCD on the right shoulder has a right shoulder dump, which is very beneficial. This comes with a inflator hose that connects to your first stage. This is what we call a valve strap, wraps around the valve and helps make the tank an integral part of the structure of the BCD. This is a stiff plastic backpack in here that is both on this side and on the inside of the BCD. And of course, here you have a metal tank strap, which usually you'll see only in the more expensive type of BCDs. It just happens to be on this one. This unit also has two trim pockets back here with both Velcro closure and the buckles. And down here it's got what we call a butt dump or a lower dump for if you happen to be in a head down, butt up position, you can just reach back and dump air that way instead of having to stand up or rolled up on your left shoulder to get air out of it. Let's take a look at the back inflate BCDs. This happens to be the Scuba Pro Hydros BC. Back inflate means just that. It has a back mounted cell that is separate from the plate and the harness. You'll notice that there's no bladder that comes around the side here. And we'll start up here at the shoulder like we did on the jacket style. We drop down, you'll notice that it also, this particular one, has a right shoulder dump. We have a connection point D-ring here. And of course, we've got a nice little mounting point right here. You'll notice that this particular chest strap is movable up or down depending on the comfort of the diver. As we drop down, it also has a quick release, and this one actually has a round swivel here. We have our shoulder adjuster, again, pull down to tighten, lift up to loosen. We drop down. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that's different than the jacket style is this does not have a pocket. But what it does have is two points here, so you could add a connection attachment here to add your maybe surface marker buoy or light or whatever you wanted to. It does have a metal D-ring and it does have integrated weights. Now there are some particular features to this BCD that are different than other back inflates, but that's unique to this particular one, and I'm not going to touch on those at this particular time. Now in the back, you notice there's no real pad like on the other one. This is a plate. It's made out of monoprene and is pretty stiff. It's got a nice carry handle here, and it's pretty solid unit. We come over on this side. We also have a inflator deflator. These inflator deflator buttons are both located on the top. Some of them you'll see located on the side or located on the end. On this one, they're both on the top. Inflate, deflate. Come down, there's another D-ring, a quick detach and adjustment here. And again, you'll notice that there's no connection point here, but mounting spots to put a bracket on here. There is a D-ring down here on the bottom. So let's take a look at the back of this back inflate BCD. On the back here, this is where it comes over from the left shoulder. It also has a vent here, but this one happens to be actuated by this little lever right here. And of course, this could be actuated by an instructor or a dive buddy, whichever. We've got a right shoulder dump here on this side, which is nice. Some of the back inflates don't have right shoulder dumps. As we come down, again, this one has a valve strap here, and it's got a back pack here and connection points to help make the tank rigid and hold it better. This one comes with a metal tank strap, and this one also has two trim pockets mounted high up, which is in the center of mass of the diver, and it has buckles on it. Now as we look down here, you don't see a butt dump on this one. This one actually is located on the inside so that you would pull it from and not have to reach around toward the back. We're going to take a look at the hybrid BCD. Now this happens to be the Aqualung Axiom. The term hybrid comes from combining some of the benefits of the jacket style BCD with some of the benefits of the back inflate BCD. So let's take a look at the features of the Axiom. So as we come down, we have our pre-bent D-ring and our right shoulder dump. It also has our quick release here. Coming down, you'll notice that this one has a large octo pocket here, and it has a smaller pocket versus the jacket style BCD. Remember, the back inflate had no pocket, so this has kind of a minimalist pocket on it. It does have the integrated weight system. There is also a D-ring here to connect a alternate air source if you like, and there's a D-ring down here on the bottom to connect whatever you might like. As we come down on the other side, there's also a pre-bent D-ring over here. Our inflator deflator is similar to the one on the jacket style BCD, a little different from the Scuba Pro. The inflator button's on the side and the deflate button is on the end. And of course, as we come down, this one also has another octo pocket, also a small pocket here on the side for storage. This particular BCD has a knife mount here on the side. And of course, you have your integrated weight pocket right here. And of course, this one does not have a cummerbund. This is it actually wraps you in the harness, and the bladder stands off from the harness itself. So let's take a look at the back. On the back of the hybrid, we'll see that there's no dump here as you come over the left shoulder. It does have a right shoulder dump, and of course it has a valve strap like the other two did. There is you'll notice that there's no backpack like you saw on the other ones. This is to help reduce weight. And what this particular BCD does, it uses the valve strap and the tank strap connecting between the tank to become an integral part and stiffener for the BCD. So the tank becomes a structural member of the BCD. As we come down here, you'll notice that this particular unit has a metal tank buckle. Now, many of the BCDs out there utilize a plastic cam on their tank strap. So the plastic cam is actually more normal than the metal ones. The little bit higher featured BCDs have these metal tank buckles on them, and the beauty is it just pops open, it slips off real easy, there's no sliding up and down, it makes it very easy and convenient to use. Now on this one, you'll notice that our Axiom has trim weights back here on the back with the buckles and buckle closure. And down here on the right, it's got a butt dump also. So folks, we've taken a look at the different styles of recreational BCDs. The standard jacket style, the back inflate, and the hybrid. The question a lot of times come up, why would I choose one over the other? Most of the time we use the jacket style during training and for rental, is that it gives you the benefit of being in a very upright position when you're inflated on the surface. Back inflate, if you're on the surface and somebody's a little uncomfortable and they overinflate the BCD and they're not careful that they don't lean back, then it tends to push you forward and can drive your face in the water a little bit. But with proper trimming and proper positioning, maybe some training with the equipment, which you should always do with new equipment before you take it out diving. The hybrid is the travel benefit, the lighter weight, and of course the combination of having the benefits of on the surface of the jacket style, and of course underwater the positioning as the back inflate. I hope you enjoyed this information about BCDs. Join us for more of our videos. If you look, we've got them on mask fitting, computers, things along those lines. So this is Bob Collins for Diver Supply. We'll see you next time. Safe diving.